All right, first we will have Miss Anna McBride. She's the artist and owner of Feeling Art Studio, and she'll be giving a demonstration on how she creates some of the art that's actually available in her studio.
Hi, my name's Anna McBride. I own Feeling Art in Railroad Square. I've been here about 3 years, and I couldn't imagine being anywhere else. When I first got here, I painted in a corner upstairs, and now I'll paint almost anywhere, and I'm showing my work regularly. But most of all, I love having a gallery that encourages community collaboration, encourages new artists to be brave and show their work, and for all artists to have a place to come together and grow. Railroad Square has my heart, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds here.
So I put a few pieces into Artopia this year, and I was real excited that they sold and did well. And my art, someone described it as sculpture on canvas, and it made me really happy. So as soon as we can, and we're gonna start pretty soon doing classes again. We haven't been for a long time, mostly because of the pandemic. But I love to get people just to get out of the box. So we're not making masterpieces. We're not doing paint with a twist, or if we are, it's the hippie version, you know. I like to do things like alcohol ink, because you can just erase it if you don't like it. It's real forgiving. I love to do mom's night outs. We do birthday parties, and you can pick a project. We do batik, alcohol ink.
So what defines art, in my opinion, is how a person views the world. And that could be through music, it could be through painting, it can be through any kind of expression. And how it influences culture, I mean, we see it all the time that, you know, from the Harlem Renaissance to even, you know, the hip hop culture, it's what people talk about. It gives people emotions, it gives people, you know, like the revolutions, everything that's been important in society has been driven by art in some shape or form. So those are the different ways that I see that it shapes our culture. Art can positively impact our community, especially with current events, is because, you know, like I said before, art, it gives emotion. In one way, shape, or form. So we can look at a painting, and that painting can give us anger, and that anger can fuel some type of action by somebody. We can hear a song, and then that song also fuels some type of action. So I think art plays a role into every important part of our society, especially with current events, whether it be in social justice issues, or even, you know, dealing with the pandemic. It's somebody might, you know, see something and that gets them out of that funk from being sitting at home all day or sitting at home for weeks. So everything, again, everything that I think we do as human beings can be influenced some way by art, and that's why it's important that the arts are a part of our society. I think it was was important for me to accept the role as a member of the ACERS board committee because I think this board is very important. I'm born and raised in Tallahassee. I've been familiar with Railroad Square pretty much my entire life, back when the co-op used to be on Gaines Street and when Gaines Street wasn't College Town. So I've seen the progression of Railroad Square, and I also see where it can go as a means of promoting the arts. So I think it's important for somebody like me to have a voice on this board, to make sure that that it's a diverse voice, that all types of art are presented, and also to open up the opportunity and give it a platform to expose the arts that's in Railroad Square to the entire community. I'm most excited about ACER's new initiatives and mission because I think it's going to really expose the city of Tallahassee to what the artists in the city of Tallahassee really have to offer. It's all about developing local talent. It's all about projecting that local talent, and I think that's important. It's so much expression in Tallahassee, is so much creativity in Tallahassee, and that needs to be exposed. And so I'm excited that we're going to get the opportunity to expose that. Next, we will have the owner of Halisi Africa, Bryant, and he's going to give you a tour and educate you on all that's offered at Halisi Africa.
Our story actually begins in the year 2016. After graduating with my bachelor's degree in political science and public relations, I left to live in Spain for a independent sort of language study. I was interning there with some refugee associations, organizations, sort of collecting and donating to Syrian refugees at the time. And I took on a Arabic study. Obviously, living in Spain, I was studying Spanish as well, and I took on a French study as well. During that time, I visited over 12 countries, and I would collect pieces from different countries and send them back with my family, or my family would come and collect the pieces themselves. My mom, especially, the co-owner and co-founder of Halisi, she came to every country I went to that I lived in for a decent amount of time. She visited, and we spent time there. We would collect pieces and go back, and it took after about 3 years before we decided that we could do this. And really show people about all these beautiful cultures, nationwide, especially in Tallahassee, knowing that there was such a vacuum, sort of a hole for needing that cultural gap to be filled, and to kind of bring more life to the communities here. So I was living in Tanzania, and I was studying Swahili there, and I started collecting pieces again. I sent them back, and we bought a tent or bought a space during the Harambee Festival. It went really well, and we got a positive response. And we knew that if we really took the time and sort of curated these pieces, planned out what we wanted, the image that we wanted for the store, it would sell. It would work. People were interested in wearing pieces that were identifiably cultural yet casual and modern. Unique, sort of pieces like this are very hard to find. So that is kind of how we got started. Now, our mission above all was to really give a new image to Africa and to African culture. I grew up in a generation where Africa was not per se portrayed positively, and after living in so many different countries and cities and having gotten the opportunity to see the beauties and the wonders of these places, we really wanted to make sure that was illustrated in the store in every way, in our decor, in our imagery, and in the clothes.
last but not least, and everybody knows this local artist, this local musician, Mr. Royce Lovett, and he's going to give an acoustic expression of his song, Good Morning.
Hey, what's up? My name is Royce Lovett, and I'm so happy that you are watching Virtual First Fridays, produced by Acers. I'm happy to be part of this because I believe that culture is fueled by art. And this song that I'm going to play, it's called Good Morning, and it's saying, yo, wake up, see what's around you, love who you are, love your skin tone, love your culture, because the differences are what bring us together. Yo, take a look around, the sun's looking down, everybody running with their head in the ground. Double X with a smile, walking dead for a while, but everybody running with their head in the ground. Open your eyes, remember you're royal, pick up that crown, get your head off that soil, live for your dreams, don't wait for tomorrow. Yeah. So good morning, oh you've been sleeping for a while. Good morning, and it's time to wake up, morning child. Good morning, the sun is here to tell you who you are. Listen up, baby girl, you a star. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Good morning, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, whoa, 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 whoa. Yo, ain't it funny how you can struggle with a smile, but Jah keeps the sun right above the clouds. Rain falls down on every man's house. Jah keeps the sun right above the clouds. Good morning, seems you've been sleeping for a while. Good morning, and it's time to wake up, wake up. Good morning, the sun is here to tell you who you are. Listen up, baby boy, you a star. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Good morning. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah. Check me out, yo. Let me pour you some coffee, no sugar. Heat it on the block and put down the Ruger. Get a gun and Cupid, he'll be my shooter. Get a gun and Cupid, he'll be my shooter. Wake up the Paul, wake up the Reds, wake up the working men digging the dead. Wake up my people, man, let's build a bridge. Wake up the rebels with reasons to live. Good morning, seems you've been sleeping for a while. Good morning, and it's time to wake up, wake up. Good morning, the sun is here to tell you who you are. Listen up, baby boy, baby girl, Tallahassee, you're a star. Good morning. Appreciate it. Hey, what's up? My name is Royce Lovett, and graffiti art is much more than just some pictures on a wall. It's a part of hip-hop. It's a part of culture, and it goes all the way back to ancient Egyptian times. I fell in love with it possibly because you just have this feeling of being connected to the community, telling your story and being a part of what the streets are saying, being a part of that conversation. Now, there are some parts to graffiti art that could be a bit dangerous, depending on gang affiliation, and possibly, if you're like me, painting the wrong place, wrong time, you might find yourself in the middle of some racial conflict. Anyway, that's my story. Do I love graffiti art? Yes. Is it not the greatest idea being illegal? No. Should there be a place for it in my city, Tallahassee? Definitely. Because it's about the culture. It's about telling people a story, painting a narrative not seen or heard on mainstream music or television or social media. It's about being connected to the people in the community. Graffiti art is Tallahassee.
This is Get Well Soon, GWS, also known as the Happy Face or Smiley Face. I'm a graffiti artist out of Tallahassee, Florida, originated from San Antonio, Texas. It's just to bring, some type of happiness or peace in this world and hope, and just trying to make the best out of any bad situation or whatever you may be going through in life. What I do, it is either trespassing, vandalism in other people's eyes, and it's something where they place this type of stigma on it over the years, where it just makes, the community look, the neighborhoods and stuff like that, make it look uglier. I don't blame them, but it's just, over the years, it's just been kind of going more in the art form of it, since from the growing ages from the 80s and stuff like that, even possibly the 70s too. But it has to be within the secret of it, because, just basically through law enforcement and stuff like that. But I try to mainly do it where it doesn't, is going to ruin somebody's day or, piss somebody off. Or I try to get spots where they're either abandoned or just property is not well kept up or anything like that, where I try not to make it, as bad, but I try to put more art into it instead of just letters and stuff like that. The recently one I have actually been caught was actually in the train yard on the east side in San Antonio, Texas. And a lot of stuff was involved. I was actually with my friend, No-Go OCD. And what had happened is that, he said, there's somebody behind those woods there. And I was young at the time. I was naive and just a stupid kid. And I should have listened to him, but I was just a dumb kid. And when that happened, we just heard, freeze, don't move. And the first thing that we did was just run out in the train yard. My friend was the first one to get caught. And there was actually this one time where the officers pulled up. Well, I thought they were officers, but there was these guys that pulled up in a black Tahoe. And I was just got done with a piece and stuff like that. And I was just walking by, and I just see this Tahoe pull up. And, they told me, where was I going and stuff like that. And I was just saying, I'm going to my house real quick. And I just told them that I didn't really speak Spanish that much, which is true. And what they did was, they came out, this guy with, nice clothes and a flannel shirt, with, cowboy boots and everything like that. He said he was an officer. He said, don't move, stuff like that. And so, I listened or whatever. But they just mainly wanted to look through the backpack because, they have a lot of, drug involvement and stuff like that over there. Coming down from the barbed wire cut me all up, even on my face and everything. And luckily, I, came across this officer, and he just said, "Give me all your tools and everything, and you know what, you can go home and stuff like that. But if you come out here again, of course, he's got to do his job." I've been to California, Texas, Florida, and Mexico as well. What I think that it means to me is just that it's a type of way of communicating with others about politics, or maybe how the other artist is feeling that day, or just basically communicating with the world and trying to be, that self-advertisement in a way. I just really think with Tallahassee, bringing my art, into the industries and stuff like that, and just to bring it out to the people, I think it would just, again, that would just be my communication, you know, through street art and stuff like that, or making either like peace or trying to spread the love, basically. What I'm trying to accomplish is just making sure that it, you know, reaches out to everybody and everyone that may be feeling, you know, sad or either happy or whatever. Kind of like I said in the beginning and stuff like that, of like the meaning of it. I just wanted to reach so many people in this world, and just to let them know, you know, they're not alone. Like, if we stick together and stand with one another, I think we could accomplish a lot. And I just want to bring that type of love, that the way that the community provided to me, that the city of Tallahassee provided to me, and everybody that supported me along the way. I just want to give my appreciation back to them, you know.